45 crore splurge shocked you. You have seen glimpses of the ivory tower, the Sheeshmahal, which is an ode to vanity, embalmed in priceless Dior pearl marble, corseted in curtains worth crores. A perk fit for a king at the peak of the pandemic. A splurge when you were gasping for oxygen, medicine and beds. But what if we told you that rules were bent, due process flouted and top officials blindsided? What if we told you that Kejriwal's AAP spent your hard-earned 45 crore rupees but never intended to tell you about it? What if we showed you documents to establish the stench of impropriety beyond immorality? Does Delhi's Chief Minister not owe an explanation? Another super exclusive investigation news break.
Yesterday you watched how your channel exposed Delhi Chief Minister's 45 crore splurge on a spanking new house. You were shocked to discover that the work was being done at the height of the pandemic. You were angry when we told you that this money was splurged by the government that claimed it had no money in the most critical of times during the pandemic. And today, the story gets bigger, much bigger. Your channel has accessed documentary evidence to show that this 45 crores perk was awarded to the Chief Minister by openly flouting due process, that a statutory body set up by an act of parliament was misled for 45 days on the nature and scope of work, that its sanction, which is imperative, was sought only after construction had begun. Costs were kept under a cut-off limit deliberately so that permissions of the top brass of the Delhi government's own officers did not have to be taken, so that tenders did not have to be floated to requisition work. Over the next 30 minutes, we will break this story down for you and tell you exactly how each of these steps have been taken, how requisite permissions were not taken, how a deliberate jugglery of numbers was done to ensure that an open tendering wasn't done. Let's take you to the first document and show you how the clearance of the Urban Arts Commission was not taken. Document 1 is a minutes of the meeting of the Delhi Urban Arts Commission, which we'll call the DUAC from here on. This, by the way, is the nodal body. The minutes of the meeting that we are getting to you are from the 6th of November 2020, and it says, it is mentioned in the project details that the site work has already commenced. The site work has already commenced. What is the date of this particular meeting? 6th of November 2020. At that time, the DUAC says that the site work has already commenced. The construction can only commence after approval. The question then is, how did the work start on the house of the Chief Minister without the DUAC not even giving its approval? The approval came much, much later. The second paper that we are going to show you now is of the same meeting. Another observation was made which shows how the statutory body was misled. How? In the minutes of meeting from the 6th of November 2020, it is said, as per the subject, proposal is for additions and alterations. However, it's clearly evident that an entirely new building is proposed by demolishing the existing structure. This needs clarification. The third document will reveal how a month later, the initial plan was not approved. We're talking about the 11th of December 2020. Now, from this date, here you see the 11th of December 2020, the minutes of meeting from that day say, and I quote, Commission did not approve the building plan proposal, specific observations given. Why didn't the Aam Aadmi Party government clarify to the panel as asked about misleading them? That's the next question that needs to be asked. Now let's come to point number 3, and for this we will go to the fourth document, which is from the 18th of December 2020. What do you get to know over here? That it is only on the 18th of December 2020 that a revised proposal was given and the entire proposal was approved. 1st of September 2020, they had already passed the first work order, which is of 7 crores 91 lakhs 19,400. Again, understand the chronology. These two documents and these two dates need to be seen side by side. Here, this is one date, September 1, 2020. Can we please zoom in further? This is what we need to see. Zoom in further. Further. Thanks. September 1, 2020, this is the date you need to keep in mind where the first work order had already been given. The permission came through on the 18th of December, which means from September to December, without any permission, for 100 days, this work continued. On whose authority?